All right, so we've got Karavik the Punisher. This would be the first one I'd have drafted of these. I thought this was going to be good, and it's been unimpressive. I think really the choice here is between Lockpicker and the Outcaster Greenblade. As far as early picks, there's a couple of other commons that I'd like to pick up later. So, between the Lockpicker and Greenblade, I think I like Greenblade. It goes in fewer decks, sort of. If you treat Celestia as overdrafted and Gruul as difficult to get into, you basically are looking at Golgari and Simic when taking a green card this late into the format. So there is an argument to take Lockpicker, since Lockpicker goes into more decks. But I think I'm going to take the Greenblade here as my pack 1 pick 1. Then here we've got the Burrow Fiend. It's a nice one to follow up on it. If we do end up in green, those are 2 nice green cards to have. Passing the Dance of the Tumbleweeds feels a little bit bad, though. And again, we could have been Lockpicker into Emergent Haunting and going for a less popular pick. But if green is open, I'd rather be in green. Last night I had the least impressive Burrow Fiend deck I've ever had. I had 7 creatures in a Sultai space. It was silly. Okay, so now we could take Journey to Nowhere and go for the green-white Dream. There's also Shoot the Sheriff if we want to go for Golgari. And there's Cactarantula, which is a fine pick, picks 1 through 5. So I think I'm going to just keep cutting green and wait to decide on a path here. But notably, those are some good white and some good black removal that we're passing, and we're passing another Dance of the Tumbleweeds. So green could become contested in pack 2. There's also Trained Arcs, which would be nice, but I like to pick them up a little bit later. So I'm going to take the Cactarantula here. And now, let's see, anything pick 5 worthy? Girid's interesting. Or pick 4 worthy, I should say. Okay, nothing amazing. They're all kind of this pack. I guess I could just take the Drover. Keep cutting green. All right. A Lush Oasis is tempting. This town ain't big enough. Don't like the Commando. There's a Holy Cow, which is a signal that blue-white's feeling kind of open. Lone Shark. So if we had done the Lockpicker, we could have ended up in an Azorius space. Holy Cow and Lone Shark being good signals for that. I think I'm going to try to go into Simic. Notably no black in this pack. We'll see if we see a... I don't want to see a Dance of the Tumbleweeds, which I passed a bunch of, to really feel good about green being open enough to be Simic. Okay, we've got Raven, we've got Jailbreak Scheme, we've got Lassave, we've got Humiliate. And then we've got the Soured Springs. I think the Soured Springs is okay. Jailbreak Scheme I usually try to pick up later. And we could have taken Jared and Jolene and gone into a red-green space, but I'm always nervous about that because there's just... It's a very niche spot. Quickly can run into problems, so... Hello, Paladin. How you doing? Wow, that is a late Paladin. That's great. I'm super surprised to see that Paladin that late. There's Wanted Griffin as well, and then a Bristling Backwoods. Bristling Backwoods would be an okay pick too. So far we haven't really established a lane yet other than that we're green, which is a good place to be. Big green threats. And then this one's probably Ankle Biter compared to the Ranch. If I do end up in Simic, I don't like the Ranch as much. I think I'll speculate on Ankle Biter here. Wow, Snakeskin Veil. Okay. Green is open enough that maybe Gruul was a space to consider. But Snakeskin Veil is a great pickup. Okay. I don't want to play any of these. So I'm just going to take the Vault Progress. Emergent Haunting is not a card that I like to play in Simic. So don't like Wingsmith, don't like the Corrupted Conviction in Golgari. Seems like a fine time to take free gems. And then we have Courier Strix. Could just take the Vault Progress on Shifting Grift, I suppose. But I enjoy playing Strix in some decks. Jin, kind of just some meh. As late breaches. Okay. And then Lasav. Alright. Interesting. Alright. Primal Might. Ruthless Lawbringer, Cactus Folk Sure Shot. I think the choice is between Primal Might and Cactarantula. And I think I'm just gonna take the Cactarantula? Question mark? I don't know, I usually have a problem with drafting too few creatures, and it feels like this time around I've got plenty. So, might be right to do the Primal Might for interaction. Again, we still haven't really picked a lane in what our second is. Looking like we're just mono green. Primal Might, it's a tough one between Cactarantula and Primal Might there. Holy smokes! Okay, we got the Bonny Paul. I was building this for potentially being Simic anyway, and now we're Simic. All right, cool. I haven't had a Bonny Paul since the Arena Open during my sealed pool. I've never drafted one. So this is definitely a nice payoff. Take the Bonny Paul here. It's also 3 steps ahead. Metamorphic Blast? Maybe on the wheel? Probably not. We could probably pick the Tumbleweed Rising. Of all of these cards, the most likely to wheel, I think, is the Tumbleweed Rising. Okay, so now we're more decidedly in Simic. Throw from the Saddle's pretty good. Always a debate between Throw from the Saddle and Clear Shot. I think Throw's better. Visage Bandit is interesting. Beaver, Mobile Homestead. There's a lot in here. I think I'm going to take the Throw. We need interaction, and I think I like the Throw I like it more than the Clear Shot. Kind of like how I like Desert's Dew a little bit more than Consuming Ashes. The cheaper spells feel good in this format? I don't know. And we could pick up some mounts. Alright, not a big fan of Stitcher. Decisive Denial hopefully wheels. I'm not even sure I play the Decisive Denial, honestly. I'm not big on Omen Path and the Key. They would be the Vault Progress picks. I think I might just go with Sentry. guess I'm sending some signals that might contest the Simic space. Because other people might like these three. It's a possibility. Archive Trap, I'm not a huge fan of in Simic. It's something to think about. But I like it more in like Dimir. God, we're mono blue at this point. Or mono green, sorry. This is insane. Green is like wide open. I might be mono green splashing blue for Bonny Paul. Okay. So I didn't, we didn't see those. See, I don't think I want the ranch. I don't want the stop cold. Might speculate on Jolene. Think about it. Bristling Backwoods for the fixing for Jolene. Versus Visage Bandit. Which, Visage Bandit comping Bonny Paul could be fun. I'm not sold on it, though. So I think I'm just going to take the Bristling Backwoods here. Makes our Outcaster Greenblade a little spicier. Take another Ariete. Probably going to take the Fall, though. Yeah, seems okay. Nice. We get a second one. Whoever took those Dance of the Tumbleweeds is probably sad that there's been green's been so cut. Okay. Hypothesizzle. We can play Hypothesizzle. I get over the Razzle Dazzler. And we need some interaction. Okay. All of these are relatively equal to me. I guess Highway Robbery over Splasher. Eartha Joe versus Decisive Denial. I think I'll just take the Eartha. I mean, that's double off-color splash. We might play the Decisive Denial. I'll have to think about that one. Archive Trapped Wield? Alright, we might play the Archive Trap. We'll have to think about that. Good sign for us, though, the Archive Trap Wield. And we've got a Sandstorm Salvager. Okay. Yeah, that seems good. Haven't had the opportunity to draft one of those yet. Second Bonny Paul, though. Oh, no. Okay. I guess I'm doing double Bonny Paul, then. Oh, buddy. Okay. We have currently 2 sources of blue. We're just main Simic splashing red for Hypothesizzle, right? Double Bonny Paul draft. Jeez. Okay. Silvala. Sort of gives us fixing. Better if we didn't have to splash for the white, though. I think I'm just gonna take the bandit here to be able to help cast Hypothesizzle. But I could see just leaning into Silvala if you wanted to. There's also the Villainous Wealth. This is so hit and miss, though. So I'm going to take the bandit. Pretty sure. Metamorphic Blast would be nice, too. A little more interaction. Okay, we've got another bandit. Make Your Own Luck. Honest Rutstein. Make Your Own Luck gives us some card draw, helps us find the Bonny Pauls. I like getting some more 2-drop plays, though, so we have something to do early in the game rather than just sitting around till turn 3. So I'm going to grab another bandit here. Ooh. Smuggler's Surprise, huh? Hopefully we wheel the Ankle Biter. Ooh, Outcaster versus this town. This town ain't big enough, does give us some interaction, but Outcaster feels like it could be good card draw in our deck. And this town ain't big enough, bouncing Bonny Paul could be interesting. They have removal for it, we bounce it, replay it. The downside is the token it creates is legendary, but I guess that's not that big of a downside. Okay. Braided Bluffs, Loot, Villainous Wealth, Emergent Haunting, which I don't like, Map the Frontier, which I don't like, Jolene, which I don't like. Guess I'll just Vault Progress here. Don't think I'm going to play Jolene. Well, maybe we play both Jolenes. They do fix. Okay. And the bandits do give us kind of enough red. That's interesting. Like, we could play Chrome here. Could take Drover Grizzly. I think it's probably better just to take Drover Grizzly and not splash too heavily into red, but Chrome's definitely an interesting possibility here. Again, I do think the seat is Gruul if we hadn't been opened the 2 Bonny Pauls. I guess Tumbleweed Rising here could be playable. That gives us our 23. This looks pretty solid. Ooh, Dance is fixing. Nice. Dance makes it in over probably the Tumbleweed Rising. Over something, certainly. Jailbreak Scheme would be nice too, but I think this helps with our multicolored space. Lonely Gardener. I think I'll just go for the Lonely. I don't have any white, but another desert doesn't feel bad. Both blasts wield. Okay, that's good. Not gonna play any of these. Guess this is the better card. And then I think the Hound's slightly better. Maybe if we really want to go into that space. I don't think so. All right, so we're at 25 cards right now. Got a lot of creatures. I think I'm going to cut the Ankle Biter. I don't think this deck needs it. And then I think I'm going to cut the Tumbleweed Rising. Just because, like, we have enough top-end threats, right? I kind of treat, like, the Tumbleweed Rising more as a 6-drop anyway. And then that gives us 4 bodies to hit on 2 is a little bit on the low side, but this set usually does start really get going on turn 3. Plotting Beast Bond Outcaster into Drover Grizzly on 3 and then playing it is probably a line, so we can probably count the Outcaster over here. The 2 bandits and Jolene, this could be a difficult splash. The red splash might be too sketchy. We'd need 4 sources of red, though, and I think we have it. So we have 1 here. 1 here that we can... So Dance the double bandits. Yeah, I think I'm fine with that. We definitely want to be on at least 9 sources of green, or 10. Double pit blue, though, probably want to do a 9-8. And I think I like the Lonely Oreo for our Outcaster Greenblade. Okay. This looks pretty sweet. I'm ready for the 0-3 with my double Bonny Paul. All right, I'm coming back to chat. How you guys doing, everybody? Whew. What is up? Who we got here? Cleopatra, how you doing? Okay. Wow, chat's been blowing up while I've been mumbling to myself. Flubat, I finally have enough creatures, right? Of course, when I made the, my announcement, probably not drafting enough creatures. Yeah, holy cow! Definitely signals that white blue was like open. Has Cactarantula ever wheeled? No, I don't think so. I think you're happy to see it after pick 5. Oh, ever? Sure, probably in the history of draft. I've never seen one wheel though. Rob, how you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Same with you, Flubab. Clear shot being an instant is nice over the throw from the saddle. That's true, but with like Drover Grizzlies, the permanent +1 counter at sorcery speed, I think is fine. And like you mentioned, the instances are not played around as much, or are more played around now. Joby, you like the Omen Path? I mean, it does thin your deck quite well, right? It's just whether or not the game goes long enough that you can pull it out. Space Rodeo, how you doing? Happy Friday. Dom, releasing the Kraken, how you doing? Happy to see you. Doesn't work on Bonny because of Legendary, and the bow is Legendary. Yeah, the bounce. 2 Bonny Pauls, we won't be able to play them if we have both, but that's a okay one to be. Archive Trap Wield, yeah. It was weird. Blue felt sort of open, but we didn't actually pick up that much blue. You've never seen the 1/1 Mythic. Which one? Don't know that one. The 1/1 is Giga Strong in a token deck. Villainous Wealth is a GG card. It can be. I've also played against Villainous Wealth where it just hits a bunch of lands and doesn't do anything. So it's a good game either way, if it whiffs, right? Merc, happy to see you. Thank you for the gifted subs yesterday and the shout-outs in your stream. Appreciate you. Bandit with Crime Land for turn 4 Bonny feels okay. Well, wait, how do we get Bonny into play turn 4, though? Pretty much don't like Villainous Wealth unless you're milling them out, in which case I'd rather play the Archive Trap. I'm with you on that one, Flubab. Doesn't work. Okay. Could have had double wealth, yeah. Early stream, Dom, yeah. Fridays, my schedule is in the air right now. So, dance is awesome, it's true. I'm sad that I passed those early dance cards. Yeah, personally, I think my speculation is that Dance of the Tumbleweeds is a really good signaling common. Yeah, always 1 hour early on Fridays. Depends. Just joining is something to do on Friday afternoon, so he starts early. I do YouTube content, Merc. Bluebab, you wouldn't splash Jolene or Hypothesizzle here. It might be too greedy of a splash. Tumbleweed Rising with Bow and Burrow is good. Yeah, that's true. That is true. I just don't think we need it. I think we got a lot of spice already. Flubab, you would rather play the 3/2 Artifact Dog and probably the Tumbleweed Rising over the red splash. Would you still splash Hypothesizzle? Hey, Misogynist, how you doing? Happy Friday. Outcast Lala, how you doing? Happy Friday. Yeah, this deck is clearly a 0-3. Sympathetic Cleopatra. I just, I'm here. Streaming is honestly a glorified chat service, so I'm doing my best here to catch up. And as Flubab points out, there will be plenty of time where I ignore chat. You saw Isaiah splash for Tormenting Voice in a Shadows over Innistrad remastered draft. Yeah, Isaiah likes to paint with all the colors of the wind. Tiny Bones the Tiny Bones of the Pickpocket is the legend, the one that you guys were talking about. Space Rodeo was saying the one that I picked Bonnie Paul over in Pack 2. That was the Sandstorm Salvager. We got there, Sandstorm Salvager. I think it's a pretty good card. Yeah, okay, I'm catching up with chat. You guys already figured it out. Yeah, and it would have synergies with the first Bonnie Paul, right? Exactly. It gives trample to the big Dance with the Tumbleweed tokens. MH3 MTGO early access is going on. Oh, cool. That's neat to know. You don't need interaction where we're going. I agree, Meta Magic Mage, and that's partly why I was wondering if we should keep the ankle biter, because like it slows the pace of the game down until we hit Bonnie Paul. So I could see some logic in keeping the ankle biter. Salvager is certainly in the top 10, I believe, at least in Simic. Let's see. Number 13, I think. Let's see. Bonnie Paul, Oko, Thief of Crowns, Stoic Sphinx, Railway Brawler, Oko the Ringleader, Mana Drain, Fractured Identity, Bristlebud Farmer, Vault Barn Tyrant, Bristlebill, Primal Might, Colossal Rattleworm, and then Sandstorm Salvager. At least in my strategy. Flubab, thank you for clarifying. You wouldn't play the Hypothesis either. Berserker, how you doing? Happy Friday. Shame MTGO is unwatchable. The user interface needs some help for sure. You guys are never gonna let me actually catch up with chat. Thank you for being here. You have enough trouble watching early access? I didn't really watch a lot either. I said hi to Isaiah and kind of was like, how are things going? But Dom, you're trying to learn as much as you can. Yeah, watch those hot tub streams to learn the best Magic the Gathering strategies. All right, well, I could see the red splash being kind of greedy here. Like, we don't need to splash for power. It might be right to just keep it green-blue for consistency. Because if we lose the game to not having enough blue to play our Bonnie Paul, it's going to feel really bad. All right, so let's see how this bad boy does. Double Bonnie Paul. I hope this is a trophy. All right, we have both colors of mana. We have a turn 3 play. We have a dead card. We have our bomb. Yeah, maybe the red splash is not right. Okay, it's kind of like we mulled the 6 and we're keeping a 2-lander, so it's not spectacular. The reason why I'm playing the Jolene is because I was thinking that it would actually help make sure that we have the double pip. Oh, how that could be wrong. We really need to hit a land, otherwise we're having the classic getting screwed on land 3. Which on the draw is basically going to be close to game. In fact, actually, it's so important that we hit it, I think I take the fall here. Just so that we can... Yeah, okay. I was like, because if we miss land 3, it's kind of GG. Alright. You know me, Flubab. I don't usually splash very much. So... Alright, just... Please let Stubborn Burrowfiend be small enough to kill here. And then Vengeful Townsfolk becomes bigger. The sickness is creeping in. Yeah, the later the format goes, the more I play around with splashing. That's fair. Usually because it's, like, necessary to get the playables, right? Do I just take 3 here? Because, like, next turn I don't have a creature? Makes the Burrowfiend bigger, too? I think I'm trading, though. Because we just want to slow everything down. Maybe we hit a red source? No, we hit a white source. Okay. That's kind of awkward because now Paladin... Well, I guess we can plot Paladin this turn. And take a fair amount of damage this turn, though. Yeah, I mean, so I'm saving 3 damage last turn as opposed to 4 damage this turn. Probably should have just let the 3 damage through. That was probably a mistake. If I'd been able to play the Lonely Oreo, we'd be able to Cactarantula. Okay. Sheriff. Okay. Bonny Paul is 1 away. This helps stabilize while they're tapped out, and especially because this is going to get bigger. I think I use this time to use my 1 piece of removal. I think I do this because this does saddle the Burrowfiend. We can also use Snakeskin Veil to block the Grizzly and not die. So, starting to look a little bit more stable. Oh, why did I think this was the 2/2? Yes. Alright, so if we whiff, we got this. This trades here. Thunder Lasso! I thought it was Sheriff of Safe Passage. I should have looked at my cards. It has to attack to try to tap me, right? So I can Snakeskin Veil? And I think I do, because I think we're okay as long as I can get Bonny Paul down. It's a 2-for-1. I'm doing it. Well, I can't block, because it's going to be tapped. So I have to Snakeskin Veil if I want to block. So it's sort of 2-for-1. Wait, what? It won't be tapped? Oh, we're on the same page. Okay. Have to exile. Okay. Search your library for a basic land card. Put it into play tapped. We have the double blue for Bonny already. Bonny time! Okay. So the problem here is Thunder Lasso tapping our dude, so I'm probably gonna... Oh, am I just dead? That's lethal, right? That's just game? Ah, no! They had the perfects. Damn. 4 mana. They got me. Alright, well, let's hopefully we have better luck than that. It happens in Magic. I don't feel like we played wrong. Maybe, yeah, the Jolene was maybe the difference. Like, if Jolene had been a Hound. Well, 4-land sit is the way to be, right? It's getting stuck on land 3 that sucks. Yeah, I guess 4 white-green, yeah. Very aggro. Also, welcome to my community there, Necropolis. How you doing? Happy Friday. The power level of our deck is insane. It's absurd. Okay. Interesting hand. We have our red sources. Check. This looks like a Gruul deck. Yeah, this hand for sure. Well, too bad they're legendaries, right, Brahms? I guess if they had a counterspell, we have a backup Jolene. Double pit blue missing for Bonny. So hopefully Jolene can attack and get some treasures. Alright, we're just going to play another one. Hey, there's one blue. Jolene needs to stick for a round. And then we get to play Bonny off of the treasure next turn. Lesai. Do I cycle take the fall here? I think I do. Okay, Hypothesis. We're trying to draw into blue. You're late. Snakeskin Veil. Would have been nice last turn. Okay, come on, blue. Oh, you know what? Maybe we don't need the other mountain, because we could find the desert. That should probably not be a mountain. Because we have the 2 bandits, we have the dance with the tumbleweeds. Probably okay just going off of the bristling backwoods. Yeah, no, this should be changed. Oh man, they're playing Grixis Crown. Can I just do this for drawing 2 cards then? Should I do this just for drawing 2 cards? 5-cost Divination feels kind of desperate. It's really my only removal, too. Okay, well, I'd rather them counter that than Bonny. Dang. Well, Divination's been an instant. It's not always an instant, but it has been. Oh, I probably should have cycled Take the Fall there, in case we hit a playable. Okay, I'm making mistakes on my beautiful double Bonny Paul deck. Well, that's why that's why Flubab was probably correct in saying that, no reason to... Oh, so mega punished. So if I had cycled Take the Fall last turn before playing the land, I could have played Soured Springs as a tap land. Now I have to wait a turn. That's okay, we're just gonna draw out more removal on Cactarantula. Blue! Baby blue! Although, come on, Jolene would have been totally worth it. Jolene would have been totally worth it. if we had been able to hit the treasure token into playing Bonny Paul on turn 5. It would have been great. Now we just have to hope that they don't have Phantom Interference. Yeah, Cactarantula was a huge draw, which is why I took them early. Cactarantula is great. I think we go for Bonny Paul and see if they have Phantom Interference. We could throw from the saddle Marchesa. But I think this is just too good. Yeah, and we need to know if I can attack, exactly. Because otherwise I could attack, but then if they have a counterspell, it's not great. So I agree. We played this pre-combat, see if they have a counterspell. They don't. So then we attack with the cactus. Now, I think holding up Snakeskin Veil is better than throw. Although Marchesa does give them dig. So I could go with throw from the saddle here. Leave them with the splasher. They have several threats that they have to deal with. I could see either one being right. Because, like, their only way really back into this is to hit into, like, overwhelming forces on 8. Which Veil doesn't protect from. And, like, if they get rid of one of these, they're still kind of trouble if that's all they do, right? Okay. No overwhelming forces, please. Do you use it here, Flubab? To protect the 8/8? I think I do. No, it's not enough value. We gotta save we gotta let our biggest creature die. Alright. They are in a pickle. Oh no, what if they draw Bonny off of Siphon Insight? They were one off, no way. Oh my god. I mean, they've got a single red. It doesn't really matter, right? I just diversify the threats here, I guess. Probably do it on... I don't think it matters, does it? They have to block the 9/9 with Splasher? I think I'm overthinking this. I guess I'll do this. Wait, one red. Is there anything... Quick draw? Quick draw wouldn't matter. I think as long as it's anything other than the 9/9. Oh man, we even did damage with our desert. Let's freaking go. What happened to you, Joby? I have the memory of a goldfish. Alright, we gotta win with the double Bonny deck. Let's go. Oh, playing the Bonny off of the Siphon Insight. Yeah. I remember now. Thank you. I had already moved on. God, that sucks. I got killed by a Siphon Insight last night in my soul type value pile. That was it went down, like there were multiple games where I won where I had like 1 or 2 cards left in my deck. It went 4-3, which I thought was generous because it only had 7 threats and it had the saddest Burrow Fiend I've ever seen in existence of Magic the Gathering OTJ. And it had a very questionable Tumbleweed Rising. Oh! No, I forgot to change the red. Cleopatra. I forgot to change the red source. Oh, and we have Outcaster Greenblade that can find the desert. And I don't think we have any mill. Do we have any mill? Oh, I had the Burrow Fiend. Maybe we should be running 2 because of the Burrow Fiend. Let's see, 3 double pit blue, 6 total double pit blue wants 9 sources for 80% on turn 6. So, or no. Is that right? Is it 10 sources on 5? Yeah, I think it does want 9. So our Bonny Pauls would be easier to play, our Jolene's and our Hypothesis would be harder. This seems great, though. We hit land, we get Greenblade to go get red. I don't know. I think that the debate is whether or not we're gonna mill off of Stubborn Burrow Fiend, and then having 1 land source could be kind of sketchy. I don't think I cycle it here because I think we're okay with the current hand. Found the Bristling Backwoods anyway. Okay. Cool. I think I'm still playing the Outcaster Greenblade instead of the Pugilist. Okay. Again, don't need to cycle. So if I play the Greenblade, I can go get a desert, and then on turn 4, play the desert and play Jolene. Seems okay. Is this the 3rd game on the draw, too? Oh, maybe I should have gotten... Oh, we don't have any black or white, right? Okay. Oh, wait, no, for Jolene, Okay, I did this wrong. I should have played out the green source, because I only have 1 green-red. Ah, so now if I want to play the Jolene... Okay. So if I want to play the Jolene on 3, I have to play out my green source because I screwed up. Do we like Jolene or do we just like Drover Grizzly? I think I just play the Drover Grizzly because then next turn I can do Jolene plus throw from the saddle on the mount. Yeah, and Jolene can then get the treasure token, which gives me land 6 for Bonny. We gotta not be dead, though. So hopefully Drover Grizzly doesn't die. Okay. 211. Okay. So. Jolene, throw, kill the Emergent Haunting. They can fizzle the Emergent Haunting by sacking the Varmint and 2-for-1ing themselves. Okay, now... Flubab, do you swing? Oh no, we do swing because we need the treasure. No reason to saddle, right? Oh, it's not even a tapped treasure token. I didn't realize that. That's great. And it's a mercenary, so that works with Take the Fall. So we can actually block with Jolene and take the fall on Varmint. Because we can attack next turn and get the treasure token and still play Bonny post-combat. If we need to. Because I don't really like the idea of just taking damage here with Intimidation Campaign. Oh boy. Okay, and Pillage. There's some scary business going on by our opponent. Oh, I gotcha. I am giving them a rather broadcast... I think I do this. I think I'm going to trade the... I think I'm going to try to trade here. There you go, Merc. Yeah. Do I need to do it before I block? I think this is fine. Oh yeah, they're tapped out besides. Does it matter if they weren't tapped out? Oh, now we don't even need. So now I pre-combat play Bonny so that I get the land ability. Double treasures. I could even crew with the Ox. Yeah, I think that's... We're not close enough to dead for that to be a problem. They did tutor for maybe Rush of Dread, though. Hey! They just had enough with the Bonny there. That's fair. Tired of Bonny. I don't blame them. There's a lot of people at this point in the format just scoop when they see Bonny. It's absurd, right? All right, so real talk. Flubab, I know that you're mathematically inclined. I know you're against playing red here. If you were to play red here, do you play 2 sources of red? For 3 cards. You wouldn't play fewer. You need 4. Yeah, Sims, that's what I was thinking. We need 4. But we have 2 from Bandit, 1 from Dance of the Tumbleweeds, and 1 from Outcaster Greenblade. You basically need Bandit or it's a turn 5 spell. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. We're treating these as 5 drops. But you would keep the Mountain in. I was kind of thinking we keep the Mountain in case we milled the Bristling Backwoods for off of Burrow Fiend. And this is basically free. Yeah, but I mean, it's more likely that you mill your only source of red if you've only got 1, right? It does mean that we only have 8 sources of blue for double Bonny. What would you put in for more interaction, Sims? That's why I'm playing the Hypothesisal. I don't know. I'm just... This is a learning moment. Part of why I stream is to learn from chat, and we have some really good Magic the Gathering players in our community. Sims and Flubab, for sure. And well, yeah, no, the discussion right now is just about whether or not you run the mountain. But for you, Sims, because I appreciate you, these are our other ones. I think there's actually an argument for running Anklebiter, Tumbleweed Rising, and the Hound instead of splashing red at all. And we could run the Decisive Denial. I don't like it. I don't know. I'm not gonna. I mean, I'm less interested in making changes to the deck, but I do want to hear your guys' opinions. Okay, so it sounds like overwhelmingly I am playing. I'm not high enough on Decisive Denial. Okay. How close are we to an ad break? Oh, ads are starting really quick, so we're gonna take a quick little break as the ads run, and then we'll get back to the games. So I'm gonna take a quick little bio break while the ads run. I'll be right back. All right, we're spitting facts here. You like Anklebiter? Yeah. No, and it works well with throw from the saddle. Yeah, Flubab just said that. It definitely could be right to include the Anklebiter, and I said that at the very beginning, that the Anklebiter was kind of just like, I want to run the red. I know it probably adds some inconsistency to a just completely disgusting deck to do so. And I haven't played a whole lot with Jolene, and I think it works with Bonny Paul. I don't know. I want to check it out. So, personal preference. I really could see going down one Jolene and playing the Anklebiter instead. Hey, Gavoltage, how you doing? Oi, Gavoltage. Happy Friday. Grimward, how you doing? Yeah. So, and that's what Flubab was saying. I think that, like, if this was like, let's try, if this was for $1 million, right? I think Anklebiter, Tumbleweed Rising, and Hound is just stronger than our red. Because, like, Anklebiter needs to be removed, otherwise it stalls until we can hit the Bonny Paul. Tumbleweed Rising is basically a 2-cost, like, 6/6 in this deck. And then Hound lets us dig, right? The upsides of Hypothesizzle are it draws cards, which we don't have a lot of. And then Jolene, the upside here is a possibility of being able to get Bonny Paul out early. Right? So if we do Bandit into turn 3 Jolene, turn 4 we attack with the treasure, I think I can get like a turn 4 Bonny Paul that way. Is it possible? Let's see. So 2, 3, turn 4 I attack. I have 4 lands, 5, 6. Yeah, we can get a turn 4 Bonny Paul with the Jolene. So that's kind of my thought. Mercurio, no. I believe OTJ is going to be around until Bloomborough. That's why... Well, actually, I don't know that for certain. But that was my speculation. Okay, catching up. You had a deck green, red, blue artifact with 3 Jolenes and Worldwaker Helm and Fomori Vault. Wow. Yeah, those are some underplayed mythics, right? I haven't played. I've passed the vault plenty. Oh, people are speculating it's like Lord of the Rings, which replaced March of the Machine. Okay, well, that kind of makes sense instead of splitting the player base, right? Yeah, part of it is exploring the cards, right? This is my first draft of actually getting Bonny Paul. I played Bonny Paul in the Arena Open in my sealed pool. Otherwise, I've not seen Bonny Paul, and I've been like waiting for Bonny Paul to show up. And I've passed a couple when I've just like strictly wasn't in blue, but I like, you know, it's hard to go wrong with this deck with two Bonny Pauls, which is why the red splash is probably a bad choice. But we still have a 9/8 mana base, so it's not insanely unreasonable. I don't know. If I don't get the trophy because of it, you can tell me I shouldn't have played the red. Exactly, Grimmard. Magic's about fun anyway, which is why I was so upset with myself that I got so worked up the other day with anti-time. It doesn't matter. If anti-time has been killing it in Mardu, why the hell is that an attack on me, right? Like, I don't know why I got so defensive. I've been having a hard time. Just took it out on anti-time, and it wasn't fair. Again, if this was a green source, this would be a fine hand to keep. All right, what do you guys say? Do you keep this or mull this? I'm half tempted to keep, because if we do find green, I think it's okay. We have 9 sources of green. So on the draw, we're over 60% to hit it by turn 3. Which we can then use Dance of the Tumbleweed to go find another one. Odds. Alright, odds. Number of cards in deck, 33. Number of successes, 9. Number of draws, 3. Number of successes needed, 1. Yeah, over 60% to hit it by turn 3. Ugh. This is a tough choice. I don't like mulliganing. Yeah, there's a 35% chance of just losing. Or higher. 37? I probably should just mulligan. Okay, this is better. And then I need to act quickly. Alright. Thank you for the raid, Wild Man! Hope you have a wonderful stream and a happy Friday. Thank you, Wild Man, for the good luck wishes. Yeah, normal maths doesn't work on Arena. That's a theory. Alright, so I can play this and have 4 total mana? I can't play this and then get the Cactarantula out, right? Do I want to play the Jolene while I have the red? I think I do. I guess actually no. I guess I'll go for the Drover Grizzly, because then I can play the Jolene and immediately attack. But then maybe I'm playing Cactarantula next turn. Wow, I'm torn on which one to play here. I think I do this because I can't play it. It becomes a dead card if Bandit dies. Yeah, turn 4 Cactarantula has arrived, and this way it guarantees the turn 4 Cactarantula. And then, do I trade Jolene for Hound? I'm gonna play it now. Flubab, you don't like the trade there, huh? We have plenty of land. Yeah, we have the mana for Bonny anyway. I'm for it. Although maybe If they kill this in response, and then I can play Drover. I can also throw treasures at things to just remove the Hound. All right. It's true. We do lack interaction right now, so Jolene's kind of our interaction. Okay. The consensus is to save the Jolene gun, which I think is fair. Oh, it would have just died anyway to the Rattleworm. That is good non-attack there. Clearly you guys were playing around the Rattleworm. God, take up the shield is all they need to devastate me. Rattleworm plus take up the shield. Green-white dreams. Yeah, I always play around rares too. Primal Might. I take 8 damage, but it's a 2 for 2, and I drew a card. Yeah, I do think we need to get rid of the Rattleworm. It could have attacked with the Hound, too. Oh. every time Bonny shows up, it's just like, our Lord and Savior is here. Yes. Praise be the Bonny. The path being cut clear, showing the way, something like that. Paving the way to glory. I don't know. Hey, ladies can be saviors. I missed the comment about why Bonny being a guy. Oh, they can't be lords. All right, fine. Duchess of what? Duchess of Pure Gains. All right. Do we attack with Bonny 2 for 1? No, because this is repetitive card draw, right? You send both? Okay. I could see not sending both. Do you send? I don't think we send the Bandit though. I mean, unless we're willing to do the Snakeskin Veil on the Hound to trade. Probably never the Bandit. Okay. Yeah, let's go here. Am I willing to accept this? It depends on how they block too, right? Yeah, because if they don't they should double block here. I think that was a mistake on their part. But I guess they didn't want a 2 for 1 themselves. Yeah. Yeah, and then giving everything trample is pretty great. And we can use Bandit to saddle the Grizzly. They have something. Oh, the worm is probably holding up priority. Oh, I could have pushed 1 more damage. You're right, Flubab. Might matter? I don't... Well, it depends on if they have a Fierce Retribution. Take up the shield. I could have put him at 1 more damage then. Wait, also, did I want to order this differently? Oh, if they were playing around, take up the shield. Oh no, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I think it actually, I would rather this get the +1/+1 counter. Oh, and if I'd sent the bandit Greenblade Desert was lethal. Yeah, I would have won Cleopatra. Well, actually, did I already play a land? I already played a land. So I would have needed to not play the backwoods. And then I guess they could technically go land into Final Showdown. I don't think it's really going to matter. So yeah. Little mistakes here and there, nothing crazy. Bonny's just so busted. Yeah. No, it's a fair point. I should have played the Burrow Fiend, used it to saddle so that we could send the 1/1, because we knew they were going to multiple block. And then if I had hit a desert, it would have been lethal. And then I also think I should have ordered it differently. Does it matter if I order it differently? I guess it doesn't, because they still put it on the bighorn. Yeah, they both have 3 power. Well, so I was thinking that like if they do it on the hound, it can negate more damage if I order the higher toughness first, right? So like if Bonny had 6 power, if I put the hound first, then they save the hound and neither die. So it would be better to, I guess, no, either way it saves both, right? Does it matter? I'm overthinking this. Okay, once again, Jolene is a dead card. For now. Okay. Yeah, I think either way they both live. Sometimes it matters though, and I want to think about the situation where it does matter how you organize or how you arrange it, right? Since we're being ultra nerds. All right, so we can dance with the tumbleweeds to go find red. Or we can just play Drover Grizzlies. What say you? What say you, chat? We've got options. Do you like tumbleweeds? To go get the red desert. So that we can play Jolene. Probably just Grizzly, right? Because then we can do that at a later turn. You like to develop the board more than ramp? If we tumbleweeds, we get 5 potentially next turn, which lets us double spell. So we make the tempo back if we hit the land. Okay, sounds unanimously like we're doing Drover Grizzly. Well, I like double spelling. And it secures land 4, all of which are very important things to do. Because now what? We missed land 4. I guess we could do a 2-drop and play Take the Fall. Well, okay. Let's see here. All right, it's a little bit less ramp-tastic. really don't like missing land 4. Yeah, you know, the issue here is if they play a land, then we quickly start to lose, right? So I'm still not convinced that Drover Grizzly was the right play over Dance. But I would have gone for more of a ramp strategy, I think. You guys want to just hold Dance until turn 6 to get the token, which has its merits. That's a fair point, Ottawa. What are we ramping to? Okay. Yeah, this is another one where... Wait, Take the Fall doesn't work, though. This is a mount, it's just -1, so it would still die. If we had this in play, Take the Fall would be -4. I think I played this in Saddle. We don't have an Outlaw. Mount, mount, mount. So just let that happen. Hey, Magic Mishamigo, happy Friday. Happy to see ya. Happy to get to see more of your streams, too. Ooh. Guess we just replay the Drover Grizzly. Seems okay. Hey, P-Dog, how you doing? Alright, you guys were right. We didn't need to ramp. We're the beat down here until they play a Bonny Paul. Hell yeah, Magic Mishamigo. Let's go. Wow, they just went to 4. Alright. Honest Rutstein, okay. Get back Loan Shark, play Loan Shark. It's not bad. Could have cycled to Take the Fall there. I also like playing the Dance of the Tumbleweeds earlier because then Jolene isn't a dead card the whole time. But let's see here. Maybe I just do it for 5, make the 5/5, and saddle the Burrowfiend. Oh, because I want to keep up Take the Fall. Or Take the Fall. Oh, Sentry's a bad attack anyway. Damn. Okay. Is this good though? Let's see, they multiple block one the Maybe I was supposed to... Yeah, because they multiple block here, and then put the 2/1 on the Grizzly. I'm gonna wait. I'm not sure I like trading Burrow Fiend for Loan Shark. Oh, shoot. Okay. Fell the Mighty. And multiple block the Burrow Fiend. Okay. It's interesting. Now they chump block it, and we can just play the Paladin. They could have Essence Scatter up. Paladin's a knight, not a mercenary. Maybe I was supposed to plot the Paladin to play around the counterspell, but I guess they just counterspell it the next turn. Thip. Damn, okay. That's a lot. We might be in trouble now. Damn it. Yeah, not... I'm not certain... Okay, so, just for a learning experience, right? The way that way that I ended up piloting this, I ended up with a dead card. And that affects your win rate by about 5%, right? To just not have one of your cards played. So... I get holding the dance until 6. But it was at the cost of never playing Jolene. If we had played the Jolene, would it have made a difference? So getting stuck on 3, right? I think because we got stuck on 3, we weren't supposed to play the Drover Grizzlies 2 turns in a row. Ottawa, you're saying it's correct to not ramp on 3. Okay. So you say we played it correctly here. Yeah, it would have just been one more card. But the thing is that like Jolene has 4 power. They won at 4 life. He wouldn't have kept the Grizzly on top. Okay. Yeah, and Fell the Mighty, the 2-for-1 was kind of what put it over the top. However, take the fall, we ended up just cycling. My line would have let me get Jolene down on the battlefield where it gave -4, -0, where we could have used it as a combat trick to save a grizzly bear. That's true. I don't know. I think there's still merits to doing to ramping with I think there's still merits to ramping with Dance of the Tumbleweeds. I don't think you need to always play it on turn 6. Yeah, we would have won that if outside the 2-for-1 for Fell the Mighty. Seems right. Plot Outcaster, no power 4. I think it's just Burrow Fiend here, play Outcaster as a 3-drop, saddle here. Could have ramped turn 4 after not playing the Grizzly, sure. Yeah. But I think I'd rather do it sooner rather than later. Well, I mean, part of the reason why I stream is to listen to chat, Cleopatra. But also, it's just discussion, right? I think there's a lot of different right decisions in Magic. Like here, we could play Greenblade instead of Outcaster, because it fixes for lands. However, this would not be big enough to saddle here, so it would be less pressure. And then we could also play the Bandit. There's lots of different ways to go about it. I think I'm going to go for Outcaster. Not going to trade the Burrow Fiend for the Sentry. If we mill both Bonny Pauls, I accept those. I accept those terms. Gosh, throw is interesting, isn't it? Still think I want to get my red source. Could also get double blue in case we draw Bonny, but we've got Hypothesizzle in hand. Still would be not a great attack when we have throw from the saddle next turn. Double pit black. Okay, so this gets punished if they have Desert's Dew. They have Desert's Dew, it's a 2-for-1. If they don't have Desert's Dew, it's pretty damn good pressure. Corrupted Conviction. Corrupted Conviction doesn't kill my Burrow Fiend, though. I could save the Outcaster instead of playing Bandit. We hit a land I can Hypothesizzle anyway. This is card draw later. Ottawa, you would just let this go? I don't know, I like the early pressure. Depends on whether or not we hit a land for Hypothesizzle, though. Because then it would also have to be 4 toughness. They could like slam Paladin next turn. That would be nice. All right. I guess it grows our Burrow Fiend as well. And I guess we can Metamorphic Blast for 5 next turn because we have the Bandit. Ambush Gigapede. All right, well, Bandit's dead. I was just thinking we're probably going to discard the Metamorphic Blast, right? Guess we could use it here. Okay, so let's think here. So if I play the Grizzly, use it to saddle the Burrow Fiend, I could then Metamorphic Blast for 2. Burrow Fiend's going to be too big for them to block with anyway. Could just let it happen again. Could also Hypothesizzle the Gigapede, and then the question is, what do we discard? I guess Metamorphic Blast would be better if we saved it, right? Hey, Joby! Thank you for the sub! Blue Kazoo of Truth! Alright, yeah, I think this is where I want to go. We're gonna mill Bonnie Paul. Okay. Because if they remove Grizzly, then I can't saddle the Burrow Fiend. I think I'm going to go for the maximum pressure line. It might not be right. But I think I'm going to make... Well, because I guess they could just have removal here. Next turn, if Grizzly's alive, though, then we get to saddle the Grizzly and swing for a bunch of trample. Okay. Oh, they could have Snakeskin Veil. Damn it. I should have waited for them to use the Snakeskin Veil. Alright. I didn't think about the Snakeskin Veil until it was too late. Okay. Hypothesizzle only deals the 4 damage. If I draw double lands, I'd have to discard Bonny to kill the Gigapede. You kidding me? Do I discard here? Use Bonny to kill this? I don't think so. Because what, we take 7, we go to 6, I play Bonny out? Should just be GG? And if they don't have another chump blocker for Burrow Fiend anyway, they might have to keep the Gigapede back to chump block. Yeah, well, the hero is dead to some card, right? Okay, Rutstein gets back. Their plan is to chump block the Burrow Fiend with the Rutstein. Oh, okay, they're gonna get additional cannon fodder is acquired. Do I have lethal? What was the size of this? 8? So this is 11. 15 trample damage. They're at 17. I tap here and attack here. They have 2 attackers, one of which is a lethal threat. But I have 2 blockers, so they'd have to hit double removal. I don't send both because they can just take the 4 damage here. I could play in crew and send both, because then it's 15 trample damage. They still can... That would force a double block, right? And then it's just the 7/3. Okay, I think I go here. Just for the single chump. Oh, actually, probably was better to play Bonny Paul and crew with the Ox, right? Oh, damn it, Bonny pre-combat also gets a card draw on the land. Okay, this may not have been the best way to go about it. Because I'd rather trade Grizzly for the Gigapede than here, right? So if they have removal, they get rid of Bonny. 7/7 has to trade. I think I trade the token over Bonny Paul. I guess Bonny Paul gives me an additional power on Burrow Fiend. Okay, so Burrow Fiend's at 11 trample, so 11 trample, 15 trample, 21 trample. They're at 19, so even Skullduggery doesn't quite do it, because Skullduggery would be a 2-point swing, and it would still be 19, right? And if I do Jolene first and use Jolene to saddle... Oh, but I need to have trample and this. Can I do both? I can't do both. By one. I can do it post-combat, though. $16 trample better? I don't think so. I think I just let them chump block here. See, I think I haven't. I could have done an untapped land there if I wanted to save the treasure. I may have had lethal that turn, but I think I was one land off. And Bonnie's not a May, right? Oh, you may put a... Oh, no, you draw a card, period. Okay. Just don't deck, right? Okay. I think if I crew both of these, I win. In his battlefield, you control a creature with power 4 greater, draw a card. So that would draw a card. I've got 6. We're going for it. There's no fog or anything, right? Is there any way they survive this? Oh, wait! The Burrow Fiend mill. Mills 2. Then Bonnie draws 1. So that's 3. Okay, still at 2. Still fine. Still fine. Saddle 1, saddle 2. Doesn't matter. I think I'm going for all of it. Okay. Graveyard. Maximum damage. We're at 2 cards. Oh, whew. Okay. Sheesh. We made it to 4 wins. Spicy. Yeah, thank you, Cleopatra. And thank you, Joa. Familiar with Joa. Are you? Did I already say welcome to my community? If I didn't, welcome. Always happy to see new names. Okay, so we got the infinite draft. It hasn't just been a complete steamroll. Ah, glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Yeah, I used to stream Monday through Friday, and I've been streaming a little bit less because I will have been streaming for every weekday for 4 years come June 19th. And it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot of streaming. And so now I'm looking for more around 3 times a week. And maybe on Saturdays. But we've got a nice little community. Yeah. I don't know, I've got mixed emotions about it. I really wanted to do this full time, and it just like kind of a pipe dream maybe. I don't know. But it's an enjoyable experience for me. I enjoy streaming and talking to people and nerding out about my favorite game. So, and but we have a nice little community. If you want to join our Discord or join my Discord, got lots of a lot of draft experience in the group. So now with this hand, I 100% agree with not doing dance on 3, right? A flower bridge. Copying my bot. Nice. All right, let's see if we can get the trophy. It's been forever since I got 5 wins in this set, and double Bonny should do it, right? I think the first person to do it was Lala. Outcaster Lala, or whatever, fill in the blank Lala, was the first one to copy the bot message. It helps me make sure that I notice people. And I think it's a nice message. I don't think it hurts anyone's feelings to have it be automated. So many things so many insecurities that come out when streaming too. It's been a learning experience. Nothing like bombing a draft with a whole bunch of people watching. You're offended by robots. Well, that's fair. Guess this lets me hold up Snakeskin Veil. I could get in for 1 damage, but I think I like holding up the Bandit's Veil. Bombing a draft is part of streaming for sure. Random Hero, thank you for the daily good luck wishes. I do appreciate them. Random Hero always comes in and says good luck. Damn Devil. Well, when you don't have a crowd, though, when you bomb a draft, you just have your own disappointment to deal with. You don't have the disappointment of a bunch of people yelling at you, telling you how you screwed up. P-Dog, it's good to, it's good to have that. Lowered expectations. Come for a good time. Punts will happen. That's what I tell people. Like, if you want to see perfect gameplay, you're not in the right spot. I make a lot of mistakes, but I try to learn. I try to have a welcoming attitude. I don't always, but I try. Yeah, if you can make the picks completely incomprehensible during the draft, nobody will yell. It'll just be absolute peace and serenity in your stream. For sure. Hey. What are you doing? Do you guys use Snakeskin Veil here to save Bandit? That's kind of why I left it up. Because the next turn we get enough to play Drover, right? I think it lets me double spell and then do a bigger dance. I could see just letting it happen. Okay, chat was saying no. Yeah. Okay, so my thought was that we played this, attack with the Grizzly, get a treasure token, play the land. Between the Bandit, the treasure token, and the land, I can play another Drover Grizzly. Or I could dance, right? Or I could dance for 6. And they would have gotten robber value. Good point, Admiral. And welcome to my community. Treasure doesn't help dance, though, right? It's not an X spell. Oh, you just bank the treasure to play. You'd rather play dance the following turn? I was kind of thinking if Bandit lives, then we can dance next turn. I guess I'll crew for the 1 extra damage. That's what I'm doing, Isaiah. That was my plan. That's why I saved the Bandit. All of the interesting lines, 100%. 100%. Clip, clap, girl. What did I do? They killed Jolene, then I guess I can't dance on 6. Oh, no, I think that was the suggestion. P-Dog was saying, keep the treasure or dance. Oh, okay, that was your line, was I should have played the Sentry, not the Grizzly Bear. Okay, that's fair. Definitely puts my opponent in a pickle. Yeah, Sentry saves the... That way if I don't draw a land, we can still dance for 6. Okay, play Rictus Roper out as a 4/3. Thank you, Lala, for going through. I'm glad that's working again, because that wasn't working for a little bit. Put some time and energy into getting that to work, and it's about 50-50. Sometimes it's just not sometimes it's just not working. Never punished. Let's go. So we go get blue. We go get the blue-black desert, so we have double blue for Bonny. Or we can get blue-white. Either way, I feel like it should be one of the blue deserts. Do I want to trade against them? I think I do. I think this is fine. Trade my 3-drop for their 4-drop. And if they have removal for the 6/6, they're hitting in for 5. I go to 9. Lala, it's all your fault for not being here talking in chat. Personally, that's what I feel. If I'm gonna blame anybody for why this deck is 4-2, I think Lala's probably close to the top of the list. Okay, this is a rogue, which means take the fall is -4. That's pretty good. Looking at 7 damage, I think I can swing both. Oh, Lala is the friend of Bonny's. But you needed to be here for moral support, exactly. Oh yeah, we got a Desert's Dew for -2/-2. I feel like anytime you can use 1 mana to kill their creature and draw a card, you should. Thought the Sizzle's an interesting draw. One mana off of being able to hold up Hypothesis. I don't think I'm at risk of dying. I think I just play the Sentry and pass. I don't think I need to remove the Rictus Robber. Oh, well, no, I always think I can do that. I was like, I can tap the Bandit for 2 mana. Because it's a crime. No, doesn't work that way. Also, Isaiah, what do you think of the splash of red in this deck? Do you like the way that I did it? Or would you be not splashing red here? Because you are the king of splashing, so always curious. Oh, 6/5 is kind of rough. I guess they either give me the Cactus or they give me Raven. Set up the better attack next turn. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind. Love... Oh, should have tapped the Bandit. Oops. Yeah, alright, they scooped. Okay. Here, let me pull up the deck for you. And anybody else who's here, who didn't see the deck. The debate, Isaiah, was whether or not the red splash was worth it. I think it is. And then after that, the question was, do we want an untapped source, or do we just go off of the one backwoods? You're missing here. So we have Dance, Bandit, Outcaster, Greenblade. And then I was tempted to just run the Bristling Backwoods as a single source. Okay, we're Gucci. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. We're on a 9-8 split. Seems okay. And I think these are worth it. I think the Jolenes, we've got enough power for that they help me ramp into the big end stuff. All right, it's been approved by the Splash King. We're good to go, guys. We're good to go. Thank you, Isaiah. Yeah, no, for sure. That's what Flubab was saying. It was like if we do a desert only, then Jolene's never a turn 3. It's just only like a turn 5. But I think Jolene as a turn 5 is still okay. Alright. Springs. Yeah, because like it helps us hit into the sixth land, right? Although we've had Jolene be a dead card a lot of the drafts, right? So the question is whether or not the splash was even worth the power, or if we could just not do it. Yeah, Jolene can make blue, exactly. Nerdy Steve, I can never imagine not doing it. Not when you're here. If we do find red, I can get a land off of Beastbond Outcaster. I could hold up, take the fall. Kind of like Sentry, hold up, take the fall. But then I can't saddle the Burrow Fiend. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Steve. That's no good. Bad hookups do happen. I guess I don't need to take up the fall if I'm going to saddle and not have any blockers. Okay. God, my stomach is growling so bad. Come on, whiff. Nice, okay. Whew. We whiffed. Damn it. Do I want to try to race? Ah. Not clear communication. Okay, gotcha. So they're hitting for 7. I'm hitting for 5 if we don't hit anything. This I hold up for Sentry on defense is good, though. So I think I might not saddle here and go for a take the fall. Let's see. Oh, none of these are -4, though. So it would allow me to block there. I could also just cycle, take the fall, and try to hit a land so that we don't, so we can get into our 5 drops. No sock on the handle, that's, yeah. Okay. I think I'm going to cycle this. We got a 50% chance to hit a land. Damn. All right. God, that's too bad. We got stuck on land 3, what? 2 game? I guess this is only the second game. Getting stuck on land 3 sucks. They didn't attack. Perfect. Perfect. Would be better if we hit land, though. This was already at 2? Okay. Why weren't you one more? One more power lets it be a... Oh no, it needs to be 6 power. Am I fine with sending the Sentry here? I guess I play the Bandit so that we can start playing our 5 drops if we hit a land. Still think I saved the Burrow Fiend for when it's more powerful. Just send Sentry here. No, I can't Snoggo. I could if I had hit a land, but I can't. Oh, it wouldn't. You know, if they blocked like this or blocked on the mobile homestead, it would be tempting. But I feel like I've got to play the bandit just so that I have creature count, right? Or not land count. So frustrating. I mean, we've gone through half of our deck and we have 3 lands. 4, 5. Okay, we're running a 10 land deck. Jolene is the answer here. Because apparently my deck doesn't have lands. Ugh. What am I doing wrong, Lola? Lala? What am I doing wrong? So if they play a creature, they've got 9 damage crackback. And I'm pushing for 5. And saddle here. I'd have to hit 2 creatures to be able to attack with the Burrow Fiend. A double block here, that kind of sucks. Okay. Double Drover Grizzly, no kidding. So that's over 21 cards without any land. Stuck on 3 for a while. And they're done. Okay. I'm surprised that they didn't keep swinging. I think they were actually okay if they had just pressured me. Because I got stuck on land. Yeah. Bonny Paul actually hasn't won us a whole lot in this. I think Bonnie's won us 2 or 3, which is not none. Dude, lands are always a thing on Arena, right? How are we on the ad break? Got 17 minutes until the next one. I think we can finish this up. All right, final boss mode. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Can we defeat the final boss? I never get land screwed in paper. It's a miracle. Also, the conspiracy theory that they did something weird there seems thin, right? Like, they've been very forward with what they've done for best of 1 hand smoothing. This seems keepable. Yeah, it's called Mana Weaving Mercurio. No, bouncing the bandit. Okay. My point is that you can tell from the way the software is programmed, it has so many memory leaks, so many memory leaks. It's insane. There's no way that they programmed in extra stuff, is what I'm trying to get at. If they had to do any line of code to determine something excessive for other than just randomizing the deck, they didn't do it. Right? Alright, do we want to save backwoods for bandit? Does it make sense to do that? I don't think it does. Do I get extra land the turn that I play a desert? I don't, right? Because I just get to tap for the land that exists. Or if I have bandit in play, I tap it, play it, tap it. Does it give me an extra land? Can I play turn 6? No. I don't think it matters. My brain isn't working. I can't figure it out. Yeah, exactly. Merc, exactly. Right? Like, yeah. It's just, I don't know. What did they played campaign? Okay, I think it's time to release the beef. Maybe Paladin's actually better because it has trample? I was thinking Cactarantula was good because it draws me a card if they use removal on it. What do you guys think? Do you think it's better to go Cactarantula or Spinewood's Paladin? Hey, trophy! Okay, the double Bonny Paul actually trophied. It was kind of thin there for a second. Nerdy Steve, thank you for answering my question. I appreciate you. Cactarantula for sure. Thank you guys. Yeah, I think it is. Always lead with the spider. Okay. Yeah, not really a decision then. It's unanimous. I'm just driving that chat interaction because legendary streamer. Thank you. Thank you. All right, well, that's great. I was starting to lose a little bit of faith. If I didn't trophy with double Bonnie Paul, I would have been pretty sad. So, feels good. Time to brag. If you guys would like to brag on your trophies, you can join my Discord. You will potentially get a notification every time I go live. But we also do co-op drafts and, deck techs, and just have a nice Magic the Gathering community. We help each other out. And that was 7 wins, Snago. Right? Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure this got a trophy on 7. But anyway, yeah, so check out the Discord. I'm going to be posting my trophy there real quick once I get the Draftmancer crap out of the way. It didn't have a lot of 2-drops, but again, not too bad. And it had an interesting discussion about the double red, or, how many red sources to splash. So, pretty good stuff.